Hey, and welcome to part 2 of our overview of using your iPad in your law office. If it sounds like we're rushed, it's because we are. You can find a more laid-back, detailed, all-inclusive coverage of how to do this in our CLEs, which you can sign up for and find at our website, www.Ilawyerapps. As well, you'll find reviews as well as our picks of the weeks and other ways to integrate your iPad into your law practice. In part 2, we're going to look at a lot more apps. In part 1, if you missed it, here's what we went over. We went over purchase considerations for those looking to buy. We compared the 3G to the Wi-Fi model, and we listed the apps we're going to be going over throughout the series. We took a hard look at Dropbox. In particular, we looked up in this corner at the screenshot and this icon. This icon is the one we hit and open other documents and other apps from. The first app we're going to look at is Goodreader. Goodreader is how we look at documents once we've opened them on our iPad from our Dropbox account. You'll see that it allows you to open it in either Pages or Goodreader. We'll get to Pages here in a little while. Once you've opened the file on Dropbox, you'll notice the forward icon that we just showed you. You'll hit that. It'll open it in Goodreader. Once you're in Goodreader, we've shown you a screenshot. Now, we've blanked out the names of our clients here because we don't like pesky little things like malpractice lawsuits. But you can see what it looks like once it opens those documents. It stores them in Goodreader, so you'll have them there. Goodreader is going to be password protected. Which means you don't have to worry about your information being found with someone else. There's a search function to look for words. You can transfer files over Wi-Fi. If you've got an image, you can crop it. And the cool part about it is you can create notes and save them. Now, when I say you can create notes, you'll write with your finger or a stylus. You can save them either to the original or save them as an annotated copy. If you're a bankruptcy practitioner, this is very helpful to make notes. If you're looking at an order and you want to make notes somewhere on the order, just in a litigation practice, it's also been very helpful. Those are the two areas I practice in, but I'm sure you can adapt it to your field. An example of how this works in our office: we have our client files. We scan them as PDFs. We open them in Dropbox. We're at the courthouse and we open them. And remember, we can't really look at the documents in Dropbox because it's not intended for that. It's just intended to get the document to your iPad. Once it's on your iPad, you need to open it with another document or with another app. We suggest Goodreader to do this. So once we open it from our Dropbox, we open it in Goodreader. We can then take notes, as we just discussed. Once we're done doing that, we can save that as an old file or a new file, and then place it in our client's hard file back here at the office. Now, if you're like me, most of us have so many WordPerfect documents, it's hard to break away from that. If this is you, you still can use this system. The solution at this point is going to be WPD Viewer. Some very smart men made this, where we can access our old documents. Now, this isn't the current icon. They just changed it, but I didn't want to go back and redo everything over one icon. Once you open your WordPerfect file, you can then open it in Goodreader. You could then take notes, and then you can save. So really what we're doing is we're just adding another step. Now, when you're in your Dropbox, when you press that icon, in the top left you'll get that Ghostbuster symbol saying it doesn't recognize the document. You'll then use the icon to open it in WordPerfect Viewer. Once you're in WordPerfect Viewer, you can edit it in email mode only. They haven't gotten it so far where you can email it in the Viewer section right now, but you can save it as a PDF, then enabling you to open it in Goodreader and make notes. Or you could just open it as a viewable document, look at it, do your thing, and then close it. You could send it as an email and then edit it. Now, LogMeIn is probably the next app we're going to talk about. It is the most expensive app we've talked about. Right now, it's on sale for $19.99 in the App Store. It's a way to access your desktop PC from either your iPad or your iPhone. When the computer's being controlled, you see a screenshot of what it looks like down there on the left-hand side. That way your computer can't be hijacked from somebody using this without you knowing about it. We use it constantly. On the right, you'll see you don't have to limit it to just one computer. Once you buy the app, you can download it to as many computers as you want. Now, the first couple of times you use it, they're going to try and sell you something. After that, those sales are going to go away and you'll just be able to use it for free. This means you never have to leave anything at your office again. If you've got it on your desktop, laptop, home, wherever, you can open it. We use it to run a child support calculator or to tweak our Chapter 13 plans from our iPad while we're in court. This is also helpful if you've got a paralegal that may not be computer literate and you need to help her open a file. If you can get to your PC or your iPad at a court hearing, you can run any calculations or make any changes to documents. You can email them, or here's a neat trick, you can move them to the Dropbox on your desk PC and then open them automatically. So even if you left something behind, it's still there. This also means you could start a project at work or vice versa at home and open it in another location using LogMeIn. So if you're running late, the kids are a pain, you forget to drop something in your Dropbox, email it to you, or put it on a thumb drive, it's still there. Now we're going to talk about something near and dear to my wife's heart. That's getting paid. Square is what we use. Square is this nice little gizmo that you hook into the top of your iPhone or your iPad in order to get paid. There's no contract. There's a lower swipe rate than what we were currently using. It's small. It's portable. The funds are deposited directly into your account. It's one of our favorite apps. We can take it to court and collect court reporter fees from our clients on the spot. It's also handy if you want to stop somebody from bugging you at a party. You all know, we've all been there. You're at some party, some guy wants to ask you a question. You always say, you know, this is my day job. Why don't you call me at the office? Having this little thing on you would enable you to actually take it out, have him present his credit card, and then he can ask you whatever he'd like for $300 or $500 an hour. The ability to collect at court from your clients wherever you are is beyond measure. This one's really a no-brainer. It's free to get. The rates are cheaper than what you're using now, and best of all, it's cool. Now, understand that Square was designed for coffee houses and small shops, so for right now, funds over $3,000 must be held. Now, this is a breaking point for some because $3,000 is half a day's revenue in most offices. So you've got to be able to wait out that 30-day period and able to get those funds. Also know if you're a bankruptcy attorney, right now Square is a no-no for you. CalcBot. It's easy to use. It's just a calculator. It means you never have to start over. You can watch your work as it goes. You can look back at your results. It works both on your iPhone and your iPad. The neat thing about this is if you've ever fat-fingered a button, CalcBot in the right side of this screen shows you your calculation. It allows you to go back and just erase line by line what parts you need. So if you fat finger it, you can go back and correcting it, no starting all over. Next up is going to be Fastcase. Fastcase is research on the go. It's like having Westlaw or Nexus right on your iPad. You can save searches, there's no charge at the time, and you can quickly find case law. These are screenshots. On the left we see our opening page. On the right, we see what a case looks like. We're going to zoom up on that. This is an actual case that we pulled up in a mediation. Here in Tennessee, we have paramour clauses, or had them, up until last year. A client didn't understand why the law had recently changed and why a paramour provision at this point had to have expert advice. We pulled up the case, discussed it with them, talked about the expense of hiring an expert, and at that point the case settled. It was a valuable asset to have on hand and something that we were glad we had our iPad for. This is all we're going to cover in this installment. Part 3 is coming right around the bend. We're going to cover some accessories, and we're going to cover a couple more apps and give you the big picture of what your workflow should look like. As always, you can visit us at www.ilawyerapps. Thanks for watching and have a great day.